Hello.
So, yes. Right, once again, we are king of 2 kingdoms. No, 1 kingdom, because we seem to have lost Denmark in a... Oh, yes, I lost... Yes, I can say I lost Denmark in a freak accident. The freak accident in question
it wasn't an accident. You were murdered.
In a freak murder-related murdertron. Oh yes, I had just dropped that. Right, so I need to nominate a successor.
Like anyone's going to pay attention to your opinion.
Like anyone's going to pay attention to my opinion. Let's try and make it. Right. Click to choose an ambition. Become exalted among men or have a daughter.
Well, you probably, since you have 1 child, it may be better not to have more children.
That's true. Actually, let's cancel that.
Since that just improves your
chances of
having children. And you currently have 1 son, which is a fairly nice number. Better would probably be to have no children at all, but...
Yeah, but that's quite hard to arrange. Right, council positions, you say. Right.
Actually, I'm not sure that does help.
Ivar. Commander. I suppose you'll do a steward. Div. And a seer. Right.
Ah. Elective gavelkind can sometimes itself create kingdoms.
Right.
So even if you don't hold the kingdom title, if you could create the kingdom, you are deemed to have created it just before you died.
Right.
Roughly.
No wonder it's inconveniently going and creating kingdoms everywhere. Right. My aunt needs guardians.
Basically, it stops you avoiding creating the kingdom.
I just realised I've appointed as my spy master someone who's a lunatic who has great pox. I'm sure it'll be fine.
They don't hate you.
They don't hate me. Right.
Lunacy is not, I don't think, particularly bad trait.
Right, so currently I have this war against these guys. Full stuff.
I think, I'm not sure about this, but I think you, if you don't have any sons, then elective cavalkind doesn't split your realm.
Right.
So ideally you arrange to always
one
marry
daughter.
someone to either be female and inherit or not have any children, which is quite hard to arrange, or only marry someone too old to have children. But this does mean you have to work out who is going to inherit by election and to try to keep their family situation simple.
Yes.
Not.
Well, there's a great new Turkish Khan. That's nice, dear. Let's briefly just have a look at see if I can in any way.
Changing the gender laws won't help you.
Yeah. And all I can do is change from non-elective to just full gavelkind.
Yes, which I think is, if anything, worse.
Worse, yes. Because at least this way I can try and pick someone that's not completely incompetent. Although currently the guy they've picked is almost completely incompetent. Right, let's try picking him, since he's not a terrible encroaching foreign ruler. Oh dear, something has happened to my marshal. Hello, you're my new marshal. I don't know what you're doing as my commander with your martial skill of 9, but you know what I'm doing. I am sacking you. Ooh, hooray, I've managed to sack the Mayor of Chesterfield because he's not a very good commander either. Oh, let's commission a runestone because we can. Right. Right, so. Right, let's go for my wisdom must be preserved. Right. Actually, you lot can go. Oh, hang on, no, I've got people in there. You can, in fact.
Yes, I think that was an army that got raised by your
predecessor.
By your.
Yes, and
yes.
Yes. But now I at least have. So. Alright, this is very complicated. Eep! Prestige number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New ruler.
Yeah. That's really bad though.
Surprised you managed to get the votes.
Yes.
With 57 prestige, kind of not a very prestigious candidate. Well, that runestone will help, because I'm not sure, but I think that one might get me 300.
It usually gets a couple of hundred.
There's
a sliding scale, isn't
yes, there are. So, for you, it depends on your traits.
Mm-hmm.
And I suspect genius is probably worth 300. Essentially, if you have good traits, you get 300. If you don't have any interesting traits, you get 200. If you have bad traits, you get 100. And if you raise it in memory of your father, possibly other ancestors, I don't know, then it depends on how they died.
Right.
In general, if they died well, maybe in battle, 300. If they died poorly, like suicide and a few other things, 100, otherwise 200.
Right.
So in this case, I think genius should be it's worth 300, but I'm slightly too lazy to actually look that up.
Well, I'll find out in a few months, minutes anyway. The big problem with Gavelkind throwing out new kingdoms is it also kind of destroys all the sort of marriage alliance things that you might have been doing. You know, to sort of, or to keep people inside your court. Hooray, the stone is raised. This stone was raised by Frirek, Frederick's son, and to celebrate his great wisdom, truly no greater thinker lived in this era, all the ones before. Toka carved these runes. Blah blah blah, state 300 prestige, and a bunch of stuff. Right.
Well, prestige is now not quite so terrifying, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be, about a year before I get enough prestige to raise another army. My potential vassal ally troops doing well. It's my actual troops that aren't doing so well. few people to leave my court to deal with the fact that I had more people in my court than I really wanted. Unfortunately, it included one of my commanders. Of course, it included one of my commanders because anything else would be helpful. Right, let's invite you, Commander of Estonia. Right, we have besieged Bloodborne. Let us nip into thenextcounty.com and besiege some of their stuff rather than besieging back our stuff. While we contemplate our next move. I have a small problem at the moment, which is that I've got an alliance with the King of Svithjord, which is a bit of a problem because I'd quite like to take over his stuff. Damn it.
Oh, yes. You probably want us... If you've got an actual alliance, though, you can use that.
It's a non-aggression pact.
You might check, what it's based on. Didn't you just make that? Wasn't that the offer of marriage that came in like 10 minutes ago?
I don't think so.
I vaguely recognise the woman's name.
I think that's because she tried to she murdered my predecessor.
What? Oh, I thought that was what...
I'm pretty sure that's where I recognise the name from, as her murdering my predecessor. Okay, let's accept my... La la la, siege is boring. Let's make time tick a little quicker.
Yes. About 5 minutes ago, you received a thing saying, I accept your suggestion that Ragnhilda and King Ivar get married.
Ah.
Ivar, rather. So,
Right, yes.
I was wrong. You didn't accept an offer of marriage.
Yes.
You
did.
proposed that someone marry the King of Sweden.
I think at some time in the past I'd proposed that someone marry the King of Sweden.
Yes,
or
okay.
someone who turned out
someone
to be the
playing as
King
your
of Sweden.
character proposed that someone marry the King of Sweden. May
Yes.
not technically be you. I will continue running backwards through time and see if I can find you.
I suspect they also weren't the King of Sweden at the time. I suspect they were Jarl Stoss and so, who wasn't actually King of Sweden. On the grounds that I'm maybe daft, but I'm not that daft. Right, so... That is a small learning experience. Oh, someone's declared war on me. The Earl of Yoredale has declared war on me for... oh, an entire duchy. Well, let's call my allies in and see if they can sort any of that out while I'm busy over here being busy with another defensive war. I mean, at least it'll give me something to do with my troops, but... I was hoping to do something more fun with my troops. Still, it means I can close this war off without too much worry. How many troops do I actually have raised as such? Probably about 300. Crusade for Jerusalem. Well, off you go. That's fine. You're not crusading against me. This is a massive improvement. Okay, I actually have 800 troops raised that are actually from my domain. If we do not together, we have. Right, let's sort of next door, turn things the right colour again. There are any people we can sell. A good bit of ransom. You're saying I'm holding Derby's under siege. I can do nothing about that at the moment. What I can do, since we're at 80% more scoring this war, is play the game called Can I Raise Enough Fleets, which I can, to make it possible to ship my people over to Chester. I see any allies near Chester, which is a little bit worrying. To 99% more score. Let's besiege Wetzlar. Right, release the otter. Right. Hooray, I've got over 500 prestige. Just.
I think, she was betrothed before you started.
Yeah.
She came of age and you offered her to her betrothed.
Yeah.
And the assumption that the betrothal had been a good idea.
Yes. Let's actually...
Still, you might be able to ask him for an alliance.
That's true.
Depending on how close a relative she is to yours.
Right, I really need some allies.
So, you might be able to get an alliance with Sweden.
Yeah, I really need some allies with some ships.
Sweden probably have ships.
That's true. No. It's okay, I have kind of a plan. I have a plan. Or at least half a plan. I mean, my plan, as far as I currently have one, is that I'm besieging back the places that I've got, and probably if they try and come at me, to try and run away to Powys, which is mountainous, and try and lure them into attacking me there, and hope that they take much more serious losses while attacking things than I do. It's not a great plan. I tried raising as many of my troops as I could, but let's besiege Burton. I'm sure this can't go wrong at all. God has granted Emir Vifredo of Castile victory in the crusade for Jerusalem. Cursed infidels. Right, well, as long as they're out there slaughtering them and not up here slaughtering me. My wife is pregnant. Oh well, states. Yeah, mostly what I'm doing is, while I'm reinforcing, I'm going to sit here
Right.
rather than sitting in Wales.
So the enemy will start moving eventually.
Yes, that's fine. I have an organiser. I'd quite like 181 allies to, come and say hello to me. But no, they are not doing that. Right, someone else has declared war on me. The Earl of Leeds has declared war on me. Right, fine. Might be time to raise a tribal army. Because I'm getting no continental allies, and Leeds have just declared war on me for...
Right, okay, yes. Assuming you have the ships.
I definitely have the ships.
Days, hurrah.
I have 1 million ships, approximately 1 million ships more than I need.
Yeah, I did. For defensive purposes, I think it's worth burning your last 500 prestige on a tribal army. I would not recommend doing this if you were trying to attack someone, but you're not.
I'm not. Yes. I mean, I probably will be, because I'll be wandering around going, I have all these troops. I just need something to do with them, gov. Damn it, I should have waited. But I'm not currently short of cash. Cash is not my limiting factor at the moment. At all. Of course you're on your obligation and come to war. Yeah, right. Oops, we've been attacked in Derby. Damn it, I should have paused while I was doing that. Excuse me. Right, now I even have control of that army. Fine, well, that's going to be a squash then. Stoats. Remember to pause when panning away. Of course you're going to try and honour your obligation to go to war, aren't you? Honestly. I haven't even made it to the British sodding Isles yet. I realise that this is complicated. Right, glue. Right. Okay, off we go, over there.
Okay, you're going to win this battle.
Apparently I am going to win this battle. I didn't expect to win this battle. I'll keep my people sitting there, I guess. Right, let's flatter my wife rather than spending money. You pestilential state hamsters. They raised a small load of troops from West Iceland just after I've sent... Actually, it's quite a large group. Right, let's glue you all together. Ready for inserting in there. Who are you? Where are you? I think you should march over here. glue you lot together. Right. I think we go and squash you lot because you're annoying me. Okay, that lost me a lot more troops than I expected. Ooh, a daughter. Right. Embark you. You over here. Sieges stop boring. Wander in here for a little light besieging activity of Leeds. Who's the other guy that's besieging me, attacking me? The one that isn't Leeds. Yoredale. Where the hell's Yoredale? Oh right, okay, that's... I have no idea where that is. Part of modern day Yorkshire. That's Yoredale, Settle.
Right,
Near, that's near Carlisle.
Not very near Carlisle.
Settle Carlisle line.
Yes, but it's at the other end of it.
So, right.
Quite a lot of hills in between Settle and Carlisle. That being quite some good.
Let's point out that we can besiege things a bit faster than you can. Do you actually have any of our siege leaders involved? Yes, let's put 2 of our siege leaders involved. What are we besieging now? Doncaster. Yes, now I know that that's the county that's highlighted. I can just detect that it's glowing on here.
But it's glowing red on a red background.
To light up red to show that it's red, yes. It's not the most useful thing. Right, let's play with Little Thorgil, whoever Little Thorgil is. It's probably someone's child. Right, okay. We have reached 100% in that war. Let us release the otter. Unfortunately, the holy wars get me lots of piety, but what they don't get me is
Are you able to immediately declare war on Leeds again? I mean, maybe you don't want to do it right now.
I think I've got levies raised, so I can't.
Okay, so you need to dismiss your levies.
Yes.
Maybe worth doing that once you've tidied up this war before you end it. Because, like, Leeds is probably going to be quite soft now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just having thrashed it in war.
It's true, and I've got quite a lot of event troops that don't need dismissing. Let's just look at how soft Leeds is. Hang on, I don't need to worry about its prestige because it's
It's conveniently next to you and Catholic.
yes. I can just go, hello, I'd quite like your stuff, please, Bob. And
Yeah.
don't even have to get his name right, that's more important. Here we are, Yordale besieging Yordale. I suppose Yordale is probably what part of Yorkshire? No, all this part. There's Leeds, there's Hull, there's Derby.
Not sure. Trying to do that vaguely convenient flat bit from between Skipton and Lancaster.
Why are my allies sitting there? Just the two of them, ready
They're not there
to
anymore.
be gently sneezed at by the enemy. Right, peasant revolt. Excuse me, I'm going to call my allies in because
They're probably somewhere nearby.
I have like 11,000 allies kicking around on the continent. They can bloody well go and do something. I mean, it's a long walk to Caney, but you
There are
know,
only 900 people there to deal with, but
yeah. Everyone's really keen to honour their obligations and go to war. It's nice, dear. Right, I have 100% war score. Let's pause. Let's march back into friendly territory. Let's briefly put Statey Face in charge so they get there a bit more quickly. Pause. Military. Not my fleet levies, it's you lot. You lot I need to dismiss. Right, but Leeds doesn't have any good pacts. Right, excuse me. Not holy war, but conquest. I'm not going to bother calling my vassals into that one because it's not like there's going.
you don't have a use for them.
I don't have a use for them. I have a use for them over there, but that's fine. Right, let's offer peace in this one, which gets me some gold and a very small amount of prestige. Still, enough that next month I will be able to go and now I can hire another army should I need it.
The lesson about not taking a holy war to the pagans
Fun.
when you're tiny.
It's the bunny. Sieging things still boring. Oops, we're down to -1%. Oh, that's because they've got somewhere. Where are my allies? And they're slowly marching.
To get anywhere near Kenny.
It's the one. Till away me. Okay, Jorvik is currently a total pushover. As we proceed to Doncaster. We have 99% war score. Speaking of which, we should probably look around for another war. So, how scary is Scotland? So, at least double that.
So we don't have pagan things, but we would still potentially have a tribal army, not quite yet, but maybe soon.
Yeah. Still, that would be one to go to war with extremely imminently. So, I can do a great holy war for Scotland, which probably I shouldn't. No one's got a claim on anything better than a county. And I can just, like, pick what I want to go to war with.
What's that? Oh, it's a bit of Svitjov, isn't it?
Yeah. So I claim one county there. How scary is Wales? Quite scary.
Yeah, not someone to take on because you have an army lying
No.
around. Really. Tribals and disrepair.
So, frankly, Scotland looks better. Let's just check England. I mean, he's currently quite weak, comparatively speaking.
Maybe if you could organise your vassals, then yes.
Yeah.
But England is hard. I mean, everything in British Isles is hard because you need
I can't.
Everyone needs to get themselves over the sea to it.
Well, I think I wait till I'm at 100% in this war, and then I declare war on Scotland.
Okay.
Around Lincoln State. It worries me, I'm down to 94%, but I'm pretty sure that's going to change just as soon as I finish besieging Sherburn. Right. Let's declare war on the King of Scotland. For
what?
What?
But for what?
Yes. I'm inclined to go for Galloway. Don't need to worry about calling my allies in at this point, so I can offer peace on that war quite safely. Right, off you guys.
Temple someone who you meaning grant the temple as a holding, not it doesn't.
Yeah, no. I wanted to, just because he was giving me a
right. Oh yes.
you know,
Desires.
yeah. Right. I'll now have a small slick extending across. I'll go coast to coast in England, should I really want to. I'm sort of assuming that my vassals are slowly plodding their way up to... Yeah, they are. Jolly good. Oh, we're back to positive in the vassal war, which is nice. Yeah, I think Ireland is having a bad day at the moment. We have achieved 2% in conquest of Galloway, in that we have besieged Galloway. Now we're besieging Whithorn. I have managed to lose the Scottish army, but I think that just means they're somewhere in the middle of Scotland.
So whose island losing to?
To another chief and to England. Yeah. I mean, if any of Ireland survives, this might be a good time to go and, like, kick it gently in some way. But, right, up to the next duchy up. So, who are holding in West Iceland is under siege. Did they get on a ship? Oh, they got on a ship. Well, if in desperation I can raise a tribal army, but I'd rather not. Ah, right, we have reached 100% in that war. Let's release an otter. Which gets me a mere 20 prestige for... Well done, you managed
Not like
to
you did anything.
fight off some peasants.
You just said, hey, allies, fix this.
Well, I mean, I could have gone and fixed it, but, I practiced the art of delegation. There we are, Guile. Well, in desperation I can raise a tribal army to see them off. I don't feel that's very necessary at the moment. Let's just have a look at Meath, which is looking like a plausible target after this. Besiege. Mm. Right. Right, let's besiege Iona for some time. Of course, one thing I could do is think about building a great work.
Well, you have a phenomenal amount of money, which you don't get.
Your first one's actually not that expensive, but I probably wouldn't contemplate it until I had a couple of hundred, a couple of thousand rather. I mean, the thing here is I don't need money to raise mercenaries because, the only ones I can ever hire are the Varangian Guard, and they seem never to be available. Oh dear, something's happened on my computers. You're all a little bit hopeless. Can we get a new one? Eardbus is trying to use up my title. Right, so I'm going to try and make the Chancellor disappear. Just the one. Oh dear, what a shame. Mysteriously, he appears to be a bit dead. What a terrible shame. See how soft Denmark is at the moment. Pretty soft, actually. Because I'm young, because I'm 25. I am contemplating the benefits of trying to get to the point where I could empire a bit. Possibly by means of custom empiring. Or rather getting 3 kingdom titles and then trying to save up enough prestige to go for it by not going to war. Because I don't have a penalty now, because I've got sufficient tribal organisation. I don't have to be at war all the bloody time. I can not be at war if this works for me. Why does anyone like him so much? Let's go and see. So my candidate is too old. Too old. Too old. So he's 40. Can we get someone a bit younger who's not? Let's see if they'll go for a woman. Hey, right.
Seems all trapped in there.
Yeah.
More.
Mostly to pass the time. So you're my son.
So you do get prestige from this evening. So.
Yeah. That's not where I get for 3 years. Right. So, well, it looks like Scotland are coming back to say hello. So I don't need to go, oh, let's leap on things and declare war on Denmark straight away.
You might, I don't think they can actually put unilaterally into war.
Can't unilaterally what?
I don't think Scotland can end the war without your consent.
Yeah, I don't think they can. They can send me a peace offer. But oh well, states. They're going to not be very motivated anyway.
True.
Well, it turns out my centre is made of cheese. Okay. So I'm going to declare war on Denmark and then stop. And invite all my mates. Because I can. And then...
All your mates can probably dismiss their army, so I don't think there's any particular need to wait for them to
Oh,
join.
that's true, yes, I
Because
can.
you didn't invite them to join any of your...
Join
British
any of
people.
this war. So, right, let's offer some peace. Which takes me over the 2 tribal army threshold, which is quite nice. Right, okay, let's save and stop. The year is 978. Good night, stream.